Hello again, friends, and welcome to the channel. With investing, there is one extremely crucial topic that I felt like deserved its own video right here in the beginning stages of this channel, and that is compounding interest. What it is, what it means. This video will give you a short explanation to it, and personally I feel this is so important topic that everyone needs to get this when they are beginning their journey as an investor, and to really know what compounding interest means and what is the power behind it. So this video will give you a short explanation to it, and without further ado, let's start with two quotes, as I love quotes by famous people, wise people. Let's open with those, and then I'm gonna present to you a little through example what is compounding interest and what goes behind it. Let's go. But first, before going to compounding interest, Peter Lynch. The junior high schools and high schools of America have forgotten to teach one of the most important courses of all, investing. I'm 31 years old now, and I think first time I really paid attention to compounding interest and read about it and truly got it was when I was 26 years old, when I was starting my own journey as an investor for the first time. And I have to say, this quote by Peter Lynch, I certainly agree with it. And I don't know, it might have been that I was hungover myself during the compounding interest lessons at business schools. Myself, I have been 5 years in business schools. I have candidate, and I have done candidate degree and master's degree myself, and I don't think this topic was really ever discussed in business schools I attended to, and I suspect it is not covered too much on other business schools either, not to even mention other universities on top of business schools. I mean, there has not been a course in investing, at least I have not seen one myself, and compounding interest as a theme hasn't arisen at any course, I don't think. So, short critique to all business schools and all other universities, as I feel investing is definitely not for business school students only, by no means. It is for everyone. I truly feel that there should be one candidate level course in investing in all universities, and the main message of that investing course, the first lesson of it, 101, should be what is compounding interest. And now let's turn our focus to that. Next, Albert Einstein. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. Compound interest is the greatest mathematical discovery of all time. So when one of the greatest scientists who ever lived on this planet thinks like this about compounding interest, I think it is pretty important topic for sure then. And if this doesn't convince you, listeners of this video, how important topic this is, I don't know what does. So let's check out compounding interest example, what it actually is and what is the power behind it. Alright, let's dig into the power of compounding interest more deeply now. A little bit background knowledge. Depending on the source where you look, you might make a claim that historically speaking, the expected returns from the stock market can be said to be approximately 7% per year. And well, obviously, when we are talking about money, you need to bear in mind that throughout the years, inflation will make your money less valuable throughout the years than what it was 10 years ago. So how much things you can buy with that money is debatable after 10 years, but that's just a small caveat here. Let's not care about it too much in this example. So what we have here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different persons who invest money differently. They all have $10,000 in the beginning in their wallet. They are willing to invest more, or some of them are willing to invest monthly $500, some of them not. They have different kinds of profits per year with their investments, but all of them will be in this experiment for 10 years. And as you probably already have seen in the column F, there is significant difference of how much money these persons will have in the end. Well, obviously, Spencer the spender, who doesn't invest anything, will have only the $10,000 he had initially. Sammy the saver, who just adds or saves money $500 a month, will have definitely naturally $70,000 in the end. And the $70,000 is basically the what everybody had here who were willing to invest $500. But as said, Sammy, I don't know whether he was investing or not, or just invested pretty badly when the gains were 0%. Well, in the end, 70,000 is the money these monthly investors have put for investing purposes. Moving on to Bob, the big initial investor, he only has 10,000 euros and he invests with 4% gains for 10 years. It ends up in nice almost 15,000, but not too significant amount comparing to what he started with $10,000. But then things get much more interesting when we move downwards here. Nick, the not so good investor, who only has 4% gains throughout a year, which can be said that it's not really good when in the world we live now, the inflation might be 4 percentage points through year in the future, so the real returns would be then 0. But nevertheless, he has the 10,000 and he invests $500 every month, naturally meaning that he invests $6,000 per year. And after 10 years with gaining 4% interest on interest, compounding interest, he will end up with $86,000 or almost $87,000 in the end, which is already much more than 70,000. You have there almost $17,000 more than without doing any investing activities. But as you can already guess, when you do more work with the investing, when you do wise decisions investment wise, and your profits per year percentage point will go up, so will throughout. If you're able to keep these levels every year for 10 years, your profits, your money will see huge increases. With Aaron, the average investor, going for the 7%, and as discussed in the beginning, he will end up with over $100,000 with good investments he has done, compared to Sammy the saver, who did not do any investing, just saved money, 70,000. Compared to that, $103,000 is much more already throughout the 10 years. And finally, we have the best guy over here, obviously, Eddie, the educated investor, who has been able to keep 13% gains for 10 years every year. And I would say with this kind of targets, if I would get 13% every year, I would be extremely happy. And this is an extremely good performance by Eddie. Definitely a top performer. But see how 10,000 in the beginning, 500 saved every month, with good investment decisions, ending up 13% gains every year for 10 years. Comparing to 70,000, Eddie has over doubled the money with investing. And Sammy the saver, he has $70,000 saved. So has Eddie, the educated investor. They have both 10,000. They invest both 500 every month. But with good investment decisions, Eddie is able to compounding interest, compound his money to over double of what Sammy has in the year 10. This is compounding interest, and where you can play with these numbers yourself. There's a great website by investor.government right here, which we are going to open next. And I'm going to show it to you. It's a great tool which I encourage everyone to play around with, to see what kind of gains with what kind of numbers you might expect from yourself throughout the investing years you have ahead. So let's turn to that and let's check that one out next. So here we are at investor.government, US Securities and Exchange Commission's website, and we have here their magnificent compound interest calculator. As it says here, it determines how much your money can grow using the power of compound interest. Just a quick example I'm going to show you. You remember Eddie the Educated Investor, the great guy with great investment gains in the Excel just a minute ago there. Here you will put the numbers in. Initial investment, everybody had $10,000 in the Excel. Monthly contribution, Eddie had $500. Length of time in years, 10 years of investing. Estimated interest rate, so the gains per year. Eddie had the great 13%, so we put 13 there. Interest rate variance range, I will show it to you later, we can leave it empty for now. And compounding happens annually, and when we press calculate, we receive the results in this table format. In 10 years, as in the Excel, Eddie will have $144,000 and some dollars gained. And here this table shows you in a very nice manner what is the true power of compounding. Here in the year 0 we had $10,000, and as you can see in the total contributions, we keep adding every year $6,000 more, as it was $500 per month. That means $6,000 per year. So you see the total contributions going linearly up here all the time with the 6,000, but with the red line you see the 13% investment gains every year happening. And now let's have a look how these two lines start diverging from each other, and this is the power of compounding. And once you do your investment carefully for 10 years and we reach here year 10, you can see the total contributions as in the Excel just a minute ago there, it's $70,000, but Eddie has over doubled the money with the magic of compounding interest. This is a great website. I encourage all of you who have not used this before to play around with it and see what kind of gains you might expect with changing information here. I'm gonna show you, if we want to put interest rate variance range here, we can basically we can put 3 here, which means that we get results for 3% lower and 3% higher estimated interest rate, so a little bit better, a little bit worse scenarios. And we can see, calculate again and see how the lines diverge in the end. Not too much in the end, since 10% is still a great investment return, as 16% would be awesome. So here you see how it plays around with these 3 different cases in the end. And if we go to the year 10, you can see that there is, with 16%, you earn $172,000. With 13, it was the $144,000. And then with the lowest 10% gain, $121,000. So that is how your actual investment results would affect the outcome at the year 10. But still, I want to highlight, all of those gains would be extremely good on $70,000. You will earn those 3 scenarios of money. It would be absolutely great. That's how you can use the interest rate variance range. Difficult word again, but excuse me for my English. I try my best here. Obviously, if you have more money invested already in the beginning, you change this number over here. Your monthly contributions, what is the average if you invest different amounts per month? I don't know, calculate your average here, I guess, to end up maybe in a result what you might expect. This is the investment horizon. And actually, let's go back to Eddie's case for a bit and take this range away from here. And what happens if Eddie, instead of 10 years, is able to keep that 13% for 20 years? He would be kind of a super investor already in my books if he does that. but you can see how changing your investment horizon, your investing horizon from 10 years to 20 years, what happens with the result. And now that 20 years of money invested, total contributions, as you can see, 130,000. Well, that will, with these gains, end up in your bank account you having $600,000. And that's pretty amazing return on $130,000. And again, you can see this divergence here happening throughout the years. This is the power of compounding interest I'm talking about here. And as you can see, the longer time horizon you have, the more dramatic the difference will be when just saving money or investing money in an extremely successful manner. This is the website you can use to really get to know the power of compounding, the backbone of investing, sort of. What every successful investor tries to do, achieve this miracle of compounding interest throughout the years, investing long term wisely. And as said, I strongly encourage you to check this website out, or similar calculators if you have ones. And this is a great way to teach anyone what it means to be a successful investor, in my opinion.